know will hurt themselves. So
this is very true.
You watch out. Even the little puppies, the little infants, they all let me not say the same, but it's all liable. They're all liable to do something to themselves.
It's all responsibility.
I know, right?
I feel like that's what you need to put in your life in 2019. Some other human responsibility.
Why don't you have some fucking kids?
Because I haven't gone through puberty, so I don't have any semen to make children. I'm still a child. I'm not even in puberty yet, so no children for me.
Yeah.
But you, being nice, established, and an adult, you can have all the kids.
We got like 5 on it.
I got 5 on
it. 5 more years.
5 more years? Yeah. You're gonna be in your 70s.
No.
You're like Mr. Drummond on Good Time. I mean, on Different Strokes.
But Copper's like 3 years. Copper's 3 years older than me, so I have a little bit of wiggle room.
Okay, all right, fine.
Play the game.
Don't let the game play you.
Right. Play the game.
Play the game.
Cardi.
All right.
Impatient people make mistakes.
That's very true.
Oh, that is true.
But it also makes them grow up faster. So I give him that.
Also true.
Oh, this nigga out here trying to with the rib shot. Okay.
Nah, I ain't turning. I'm just
shit.
Appreciate that. That is appreciated.
A lot of them will learn a lot more shit than you'll learn before you even do it. If you let them go before you. So you just keep that in your mind right there.
All you got to do is touch that hot stove one time, and after that, you'll be like, I'm not touching this shit again because it's hot.
Trying to press me. He's trying to press me to hurry up. He ain't hurry up.
Listen,
ain't nobody hurry him up. Ain't nobody hurry him up.
The baby needs community. The baby needs play cousins and brothers and sisters.
We're already on that.
What the hell that mean? That sounds like a lot. All right, and with that said, and that being done,
we're already on that.
Anything else you have to say, Copper, before we go? Because the clock is ticked.
Can't wait for this to air, man. I've been like dying, like y'all killing me.
Our apologies. Well, I don't know how much you're gonna like this episode. You know, this is like your first day back to work after vacation. You're just doing the bare minimum. You're like, all right, I clocked in. I sat at this desk. I did some shit.
Did you hear?
I didn't like when y'all was giving us the minimum anyway.
Oh well.
Wow.
Well. This no further questions.
This might be the only podcast until June. You don't know.
Listen. Because we stand a hiatus.
Shit. We doing one a month now.
One a month.
One a month?
Quarterly.
we a one hitter now?
Yep. Quarterly podcast.
We're a magazine brand right now.
Y'all treating this shit like LeBron. This shot just give you once every 2 months.
Yo. But yes. All right, good sir.
All right, we'll talk to you.
All
right. What do I want to talk about? Jussie. Let's get into Jussie.
Oh,
I know we haven't, but now then,
Well, no. Listen. Well, first of all, I'm vindicated on what I said and what I felt all this time.
What'd you say?
I still believe that Jussie did not do it. I like that Jussie has stood.
You still think that?
I still think that. I'm surprised you don't think that.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am dead serious.
So what do you think happened?
So I feel like shit actually happened. I feel like the Chicago Police Department is trying to now backtrack because again,
you mean those Nigerian brothers didn't do any? Didn't get paid or
get paid to do that?
Yeah,
no.
You don't think that happened?
I don't.
They said it happened.
Who said it?
The Nigerian brothers.
Okay, well, I missed that story. I'm going, and again, I have, to be honest, I have not been following this chapter and verse. However, I feel like if the Chicago Police Department properly had the evidence, they would not have dropped all the charges.
They didn't drop the charges. The prosecutor dropped the charges.
But the prosecutor is connected to...
No, it's not how that works.
Is it not, though?
No, it's not.
Okay, so walk me through it. Because
so the prosecutor is the person that represents the state in the judicial system, and they are the person that's supposed to bring charges on behalf of the state to the person or the persons of interest who may have partaken in the crime. The law enforcement job is to seek out the evidence on the crime and to lead it up to give the evidence to the prosecutor. Okay. The prosecutor only brings the charges to court.
Okay.
So the Chicago PD interviewed and they did all their investigation and said that they
found nothing.
They found it, but the charges was dropped by the prosecutor.
But what did they find though?
They have the evidence on which was the surveillance inside of the
subway,
not the subway. What the fuck do you call it? The hardware store where they were purchasing the quote unquote ski mask and all that stuff and then they have what do you want to call it? Not the evidence. What do I want to call this shit?
I don't know.
I'm trying to blank now.
Wish I could help you. I really don't know what you're going for.
I want to say they have not receipts, but I think they do have receipts. They have receipts that's saying that there was some type of payment paid to the Nigerian brothers on behalf of...
the $3,500.
Yeah,
but that is also because... But that was written out because they were his trainer and they were training him. So... I still believe Jesse's innocent. I do. Like, I don't see any reason for him to lie about this or make this up. And I feel like if the Chicago Police Department
and then they have written statement,
truly
which is,
the brothers,
they're
probably scared shitless. They're probably cop the plea deal. Like, you'd rather just say you did it so you could get less time than actually like going through the rigmarole.
But they wasn't facing any time. So why admit or have written statements?
Well, I don't know. I don't know, but I'll tell you this though.
I want to know what you guys out there think. I think this is a sack of bullshit. Even though,
then why do you think?
Hold on. First of all, I think it was a terrible crime anyway. To lie about anything is a terrible crime. It's very corny. So I'm not saying that even if Justin did do it. I mean, did or didn't do it. It's stupid. Mm-hmm. It's like pointless. It's no value. Like, I'd rather like be on some Cardi shit. Like, rob motherfuckers. Let's get some watches. Let's get some chains. Let's get some coins. Let's not be just robbing, lying for some status or some type of notoriety for no reason, because that shit gets you nowhere. And honestly, at the end of this is a big circus made of this. So I think, in the grand scheme of things, like, if you want to be like facing some charges,
So my question to you is, why do you think that the charges were dropped so suddenly? Because it wasn't like the story was progressing to a point where it was like about to like sway one way or the other. It was still very much like developmental.
Well, I think there was calls made on behalf of, like, I don't know, his Jesse's affiliation or his legal aid affiliation, and they were just dropped because it wasn't that they. Actually, the case was sealed, so they didn't drop. I don't know if the case. I don't want to say it was dropped. Look it up.
Well, the charges were dropped.
Were they dropped?
Yes.
It's a difference. So I think. Let me look this up.
This is my real,
because basically what happens is it just went away. So I don't know if the charges were really dropped.
And again, given the history of the Chicago Police Department, you can do a lot of Googles. You can find a lot of things. I feel like.
I don't want to talk about it on my ass. Hold on.
And this for me is all connected. Like, all these police officers know all of these prosecutors, all these prosecutors know all of these judges, and everybody knows everybody. Everybody's all connected up in the swill together. So the fact that this was dropped, what seems so easily, has me feeling like there is something in the water that isn't right, and I feel like that thing that isn't right isn't on Jesse's part. Like, I feel like it was about to backfire maybe somewhere else or like on somebody else's plate, and they got to the point where they were like, let's nix all of this before this really goes completely left, because it just seemed too random.
The charges were dropped.
Yeah, it seemed too abrupt.
Well, the thing
for someone that they were so sure of that had did it. They were so this is crazy. Justice going to pay for this. It was so much passion in it.
It's always never the likeliness for 16 counts to be dropped by anyone, like just gone away. Like 16 counts is a lot.
It is a lot.
And for it to have just gone away, and they keep your $10,000 in bail money, is not normal, because usually if you're found innocent, they would give it back to you,
and it's like completely dropped off his record. Like,
right. And he's serving 2 days of community service, so there was some type of back-end negotiation or agreement, which kind of seems, I can't really put my finger on it because I don't know what happened. So
yeah, I don't know. My opinion on this really has not wavered from the first day we talked about it.
Also, I'm happy it's going away too, because really, in the grand scheme of things, it costs a lot of money to go to court.
It does cost a lot of money to go to court. It's very true.
Yeah. So
the thing that is going to be very interesting
to trial,
yeah, the thing that's going to be very interesting now is that and I forget all of the legal terms for this, but pretty much the Chicago Police Department is now going to, I forget what the actual name for it is, but basically it's like making someone pay for the investigation.
Right.
And it's this thing where, like, I think if Jesse has to pay, if Jesse pays for it, it's almost like, however the deal is worked out, is that it's almost like he agreed that he lied about it. And I think that's going to cost him like $120,000 or something like that. And if he does not, ideally agree to it, which pretty much means he is standing in his truth, or what he believes is his truth of he didn't do it, then I think he has to pay like $390,000, something like that. So like it's this weird catch-22. It's like, well, if I kind of snitch on myself, I could pay less money, but if I stay on the path that I've been on, I have to pay more. It's like a weird thing that's happening. So, and that's something else that would have to go to trial. So it's a lot.
Has been tiring. And you know what's funny? I wanted somebody somebody to go to jail, but I wanted to see us an ending of like, yo, somebody pay for this. In the terms of like, what the fuck happened? Not that I wanted Jesse to go to jail, but I was so vested in the story. I'm like, what the fuck really happened?
Yeah.
Like, what's the outcome?
Yeah.
Is there a guilty or innocent party?
I mean,
before it to just end and just in the mid, it's like, and at this point, I'm tired of it anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
It did end a little anticlimactic,
right?
But I don't think it's truly ended yet. But yeah, I hear where you're coming from. But yeah, no, I still believe Jesse,
and
I don't know if I will ever not believe him. So. That's that.
I really feel like Lee Daniels had a bunch of shit to do with this too.
I don't know.
Well, who cares? Because from what I hear, the Empire ratings is down. And
the Empire ratings are down.
It's trash.
But Empire has been trash. Like,
it's been trash.
Empire has been trash since like season 2.
Do you watch the other show Star?
No, I don't watch that.
Oh, okay.
Ever since they made Cookie come out in that gorilla suit in that cage, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, I'm not watching this anymore because this is no. So,
well, what's going to happen now? Because do you think? With all the awkwardness, I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I think he's going to bounce back. You mean like work-wise? Yeah. I think he's going to bounce back just fine.
You think so?
I do. I do, especially because...
I don't think so.
You know why I do? Because I feel like...
at least not on the set of Empire. I think there's going to be a sense of awkwardness because I think that he's probably hurt the brand a little bit.
I don't think so. And here's why.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to have a problem because, I don't think he's going to have a problem with the people that matter at the show. So, like, executive producers, showrunners. Now, if the writers are mad at him, that ain't got shit to do with them. So, like, that's...
You think Lee Daniels is mad at him?
Nah.
You don't think
I don't.
So?
Okay. I really don't. But what I will say about Jesse's career as a whole, even if they... I don't know what you're saying.
Just go ahead.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Sorry. Even if they do... I just lost my train of thought. Even if, let's say, like, the show is done with him, the show gets canceled, whatever, I feel like Jesse would have no problem finding work because the community that has really rallied behind Jesse has been black people and black gay people. And that is the work that Jesse does anyway. Like, most of Jesse's productions, things that he's been in.
Where are you seeing this shit at? I've seen motherfuckers drag this motherfucker up and down social media.
I guess we live on two different timelines because my timeline has been very supportive of him. So,
really?
Yes.
I've seen people say they're sick of tired of this motherfucker.
Who? Well,
I mean, I don't
sorry,
know. It's Tanya up the block.
Yeah. No, but it's also, I think, this is no shade, but I think we sometimes live in two very different worlds than two of the same worlds. Mm-hmm. So, like, I feel like you come across a lot more of, like, nigger Twitter than I do. Wow. Not with the hard ER like that, but... Like some of the shit,
I heard that.
Some of the shit I see you like, and or like quote retweet. I'm like, how the fuck does this even stumble across your timeline? Like, I would never see this before. So I think like in those sections. Because again, like, y'all be like tweeting Joe Budden and shit, and I'd be like, well, what the fuck is this? But
what's wrong with Joe Budden? Joe Budden is like top podcaster right now.
But he's Joe Budden.
What does that mean?
He killed his baby and then said he did it. We're not gonna get into all of that. That's a whole other story for another day.
I must have missed this story.
Did you? Yeah. Call Tahiri. Ask her to tell you about it. Oh. Because she will. You're going to say, Tahiri was like, oh, yeah, he sat on my stomach. And then
what?
He was like, you don't remember this?
I don't remember.
This was years ago when Tahiri was pregnant and they were together. And she was like, yeah, Joe Budden pretty much killed my baby. And everybody was trying to comfort Tahiri, like, shut the fuck up, bitch, blah, 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 blah. You know how Twitter niggas do.
I do my Google.
And she was like, I think she went to Breakfast Club and talked about it. But basically, she did an interview.
Was this when I Love and Hip Hop? Because I'm not.
Yes, this is like 5 years ago. And Joe was like, I never sat on her stomach. And Tahiri was like, he sat on my stomach while I was pregnant, and that killed the baby. And then he later was like, I didn't sit on her stomach. I sat underneath her titties. Well, you dumb nigga. What the fuck is underneath a woman's titties? Her stomach. So, like, anyway.
Can we forgive Joe? Joe was also a drug dealer.
I mean, I don't have to. Joe Budden is not my friend. So, like, I don't have to forgive him for anything because we don't exist in the same world together. Like, yeah, no, but
He just came up just not.
I mean, listen, if y'all like him, that's fine. I have plenty of problematic faves. Listen,
friend to none of you motherfuckers.
Yeah, but anyway, why are we even talking about this man? Yes, we live in two different sections